Mathematics Class 8th, Chapter 3rd, Exercise 3.3. Here we are on question number 9. In the above figure, that is this figure, both RISK and CLUE are parallelograms. That is, it is talking about this figure, and this figure comprises of two figures. That is two parallelograms, namely as RISK and CLUE. Further, it says find the value of x. That is, we have to find measure of this angle x. First of all, let's try to break this figure. Let's first of all take RISK parallelogram. That is RISK, which we have represented in different color. In this parallelogram RISK, angle K is given to us as 120 degrees. The same has been represented over here. Since it is a parallelogram, and we know very well by now that opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, therefore angle RIS will be equal to 120 degrees. That is this angle. Therefore, in the solution part we wrote, consider parallelogram RISK where angle RIS equals to 120 degrees. That is this particular angle. And the reason being opposite angles equal of parallelogram. With this, we are in position to find angle S. Since it is a parallelogram that we have shown in this color, therefore, adjacent angles are supplementary in case of a parallelogram. That is, we can easily find measure of this angle S if we subtract 120 from 180. Therefore, the same has been done here. Angle ISK, that is this particular angle, will be equal to 180 degrees minus 120 degrees, which is 60 degrees, and the reason is adjacent angles are supplementary of a parallelogram. This particular section we have represented over here, and we have found measure of this angle, that is this angle, as equal to 60 degrees. Therefore, we represented it over here. Now we shall consider another parallelogram, namely as CLUE, which we have represented in different color. In this, we are given measure of angle L equals to 70 degree. Therefore, we have represented the same. Again, since opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, therefore measure of this angle E will be equal to 70 degrees. That is this particular angle. Henceforth, we wrote consider parallelogram CLUE, that is this angle, where angle UEC, that is this angle, that is UEC, will be equal to 70 degrees, or this angle will be equal to 70 degrees. Reason being opposite angles equal of a parallelogram, that is these angles are equal to each other. Since we have shown this small portion over here, we have successfully found measure of angle E equals to 70 degrees. Now we just have to find measure of angle X, and since it is a triangle formed, therefore we can simply apply angle sum property of a triangle. That is, if we subtract 70 and 60 from 180, we will be able to find measure of angle X. Henceforth, we wrote measure of angle X, that is this particular angle that we were required to answer in this question, will be equal to 180 degrees minus subtraction of both these angles, that is 60 degrees and 70 degrees, which is equal to 50 degrees. And you can write the reason by using angle sum property of a triangle. Therefore, we have written over here 50 degrees, which is the required answer of this question. Here we have used different properties of various geometrical figures, namely parallelogram and a triangle. With this, our question number 9th has been solved. Question number 10th. Explain how this figure is a trapezium. It's talking about this figure, which of its two sides are parallel. And we have to find amongst all the sides, which two sides are parallel to each other. So first of all, let's revisit the concept of trapezium that we have learned in this chapter. So a trapezium is a quadrilateral at the first place. So if you observe the figure, it is a quadrilateral because it is composed of 4 line segments with a pair of parallel sides. But here is a trick. We are not shown which of the two sides are parallel to each other. And that is what we need to find in this question. Also, we learned in case of trapezium, the arrow marks indicate parallel lines, but the same is not shown to us. Let's go through various examples of trapezium. So if you observe this figure, here we are shown that these two line segments are parallel to each other. Also, it is a quadrilateral because it is made up of four line segments. Therefore, it is a trapezium. Talking about this figure, again, these arrows shows that these two line segments are parallel to each other. Also, it is a quadrilateral. Therefore, it is a trapezium. Same is the case over here. Again, same is the case over here. Now, examples of figures which are not trapeziums. Here, although it is a quadrilateral because it is made up of four line segments, but we are not indicated with an arrow to mark parallel lines. Therefore, it is not a trapezium. Again, over here, we are given two parallel lines, but it fails in second condition. That is, it must be a quadrilateral because it is a pentagon having 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, over here, although it is a quadrilateral made up of 4 line segments, but we are not provided with the arrow signs that indicates two parallel lines. Another important point that we have learned in this exercise is this: if the non-parallel sides of a trapezium are equal in length, we call it an isosceles trapezium. That is, suppose if these both sides are equal, that is, these are non-parallel sides as they are not provided with an arrow sign because these are parallel to each other and these are non-parallel sides. If the measure of both these line segments are equal to each other, then we can name it as isosceles trapezium. An important thing in mathematics is never assume the figure. That is, although it appears to our senses that both these line segments are equal, but until it is not provided to us in the question, so never assume the same. With this understanding of trapezium, let's try to solve our question. So the solution part, if we observe our figure again, that is quadrilateral K, L, M and N, it follows the first condition, that it is a quadrilateral because it is made up of 4 line segments. In order to show which two sides are parallel to each other, we are given with the angles. Since the addition of two alternate angles, that is angles formed on the endpoints of a line segment, that is line segment ML, is equal to 180 degrees because 100 plus 80 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Therefore, the line segments joining its endpoints will be parallel to each other. Therefore, this line segment, that is KL, and this line segment, that is NM, will be parallel to each other. Therefore, we can write line segment NM is parallel to KL line segment because sum of interior opposite angles is 180 degrees. Therefore, we can write KLMN is a trapezium. Again, for a better understanding why we wrote sum of interior opposite angles, because if you consider line segment NM and KL and line segment LM as a transversal, then these angles are interior opposite angles. And we have learned in case of transversal, passing through parallel lines, sum of interior opposite angles will be equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, this quadrilateral is a trapezium. With this question, we learn a very good thing which will be helpful in our daily lives. That is, if we ever require to construct any two parallel lines, we can do so by measuring sum of interior opposite angles. That is, first of all, we will construct a line and we need to construct a line which is parallel to this line. Therefore, we will construct a transversal, any line which crosses this line like this, and we will measure either this angle or this angle. Suppose we are measuring this angle. Suppose if it is 80 degrees, then we need to construct a line which makes an angle of 100 degrees over here. For an instance like this, and we will adjust our angle to 100 degrees. For an instance, this angle is 100 degrees. And now, since both these angles measure equals to 100 degrees, and then we will be sure that this second line segment that we have constructed is parallel to our initial line segment. With this, our question number 10th of exercise 3.3, Understanding Quadrilaterals, Mathematics Class 8th, has been solved.